What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and we are almost at 40,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. So we're going to be talking about different DoorDash scams today, because every time I talk about these, there's so many of you that have no idea about them, and it's really important. The first one is probably the most common. When you get a call from DoorDash, you don't know whether it's the customer or if it's DoorDash themselves. So 90% of the time it is going to be the customer that either has a question for you or wants to change something in the order. I don't know what they're gonna ask you, but it can probably be a scam also, where they pretend to be DoorDash. This one really catches people off guard, especially the new drivers. I'm gonna play this video of somebody explaining it, and it happened to her. This was her first DoorDash order. Like, how unlucky was she? So I'm gonna play the video, and then I have two other scam scenarios that you need to watch out for.
I just got scammed by DoorDash. So I recently signed up to become a Dasher on DoorDash. I don't know how it works yet. I'm new to this thing. So I get in my car. It's my very, very first order ever that I'm going to deliver. Like, my very, very first time dashing. An order pops up on my phone, and it's like, oh, pick up this from Taco Bell. It's $6. You'll get $6 for picking it up. And I was like, okay, perfect, accept order. So I accept it. I start driving on my way to Taco Bell to pick up this order, and then I get a call from DoorDash. It says, like, DoorDash is calling me. So I answer it, and the person on the other line, they're like, oh, this is DoorDash. Like, I'm so sorry to bother you, but the order just got canceled. So we're going to automatically refund like $10 to your account just for like putting in the effort to trying to go to Taco Bell and stuff. But sorry, this order was canceled. I need your email. I need your phone number in order to connect to your account and get that money back refunded for you, or get that $10 into your account for you. And I was like, thinking I was being so stupid, but I don't know how DoorDash works. I've literally never done it before. So I give this guy on the phone my phone number and my email, and then all of a sudden I get this text from DoorDash, and the text reads, oh, this is like, I was being so stupid. The text says, do not ever read anyone this code. DoorDash will never ask you for this code. And then there's a code. But of course, I didn't read all that. I just saw the code. And the guy on the other line was like, read me that code, read me that code. And so I just read him the code without actually like reading what the message said. So I read the guy on the phone the code, and then he got hold and got into my DoorDash account with like all my banking information on it. So anyway, yeah, don't do what I did, everyone. DoorDash, apparently, I talked to DoorDash support after this happened, and they told me that DoorDash will never, ever, ever call you. Like, ever. If someone from DoorDash calls you, it's not actually DoorDash support, it's a scam. So, yeah.
Right now, scammers are at an all-time high because the economy, and they're just getting better and better at what they do. They're determined to make their dollars, or should I say, take your dollars, and we need to be aware. So this is something I see all the time in my comment section on YouTube, Instagram, and on every time I post a TikTok video about the gig apps. They are flooding my comment section saying, or tagging a page saying that this person helped them get better orders, or this person helped their account get platinum. And I've been delivering with these apps for over 5 years, so like, I know better than to link my account or give my account information to these people. But there's some drivers out there that might not realize they're being scammed.
There are scams out here that will try to take the money that you make. And then there's also scams out here. If you post about DoorDash, or if you like DoorDash or delivery feeds and stuff, you may get messages from people saying, hey, download my app. It'll make sure that you get high-paying batch orders, blah, blah, blah. It's all a scam. They're going to ask for your card number that you get paid from for DoorDash or Uber Eats, whichever one they try to get you with, and they'll take all of the money out of your account. Essentially, these are just people who just are doing credit card fraud, but they know they can get your delivery money easily, especially if you use Dasher Direct or any of the instant pay cards if you do food deliveries. So just be careful out there, y'all. It's a scary world.
Or you could have a delivery where it is so confusing at what the customer is saying or doing or planning that you don't even know if it's a scam or if they're setting you up for something. I've had several customers like have to change the address because either they realize I'm driving to their job, but they meant to change their address to where they're living and they're not at the job right now. So now they're gonna contact me and say, hey, can you actually bring it to this address? I've done that a couple times where like it's a couple miles away. I have no problem doing that. Accidents happen. Just go with your gut. If you're getting bad vibes, you don't have to deliver that order. DoorDash is paying you to get from point A to point B, the restaurant to the address the customer gave you. I've also had one delivery where it was taking me to a school on a weekend and they ordered one item from McDonald's. I think it was like a cookie. It was clearly a scam. They were clearly up to something, like one item going to a school that's not even opened, and they would not message me back though. And I don't know what they were planning, but I mean, I'm not falling for anything. If you're ordering a cookie, like you're up to something.
PSA to DoorDash. Do not let your Dashers go when they've called you and said they've gotten a strange phone call about the exact address that they're supposed to be taking the order to. So I go into PetSmart. Part of me was like, why didn't you look better? Because it could be dog food, and I'm not carrying dog food. It could be in another locked department, but no, it wasn't. It said one large live cricket. What animal eats one cricket? Why do they not have like a host of crickets? But whatever, fine. Go in, talk to the lady who's getting the crickets. There's a person in front of me, and they're getting 10 live large crickets, and they are a Dasher too. They leave. I get one. She's like, that's so weird. I had somebody come in earlier and get one large live cricket, and they thought it was really weird, and they kind of felt like it was scamish because who does that? I said, yeah, that does sound strange. I go up to the cashier to pay, same thing. And when I pay, guess how much it costs? 18 cents. It costs 18 cents. So obviously, that's weird. 18 cents, and who's going to get someone to come down here to get one cricket for 18 cents? Plus the whole thing, the total was like $14 to do it. But hey, I felt I was getting something for it. So I go to my car. I said, let me call DoorDash. I call DoorDash customer support. I tell them and I let them know, hey, did somebody, I have this order. I heard I was in PetSmart. I was talking to people at PetSmart, and they said somebody else already came in and did this kind of order. And that person that was doing the order felt it was weird. Is there any issues with this order? Have you had any issues? Whatever. They said, no, we didn't have any issues. You're good to go. Yeah, you'll be fine. I said, okay, well, I don't want to be kidnapped. I don't want any issues. It said, knock on the door and hand it to me. So I call customer support again as I'm driving. I said, was there a cancellation on this order? And they say, yeah. Oh, yeah, there was. You're the second person to go do this order. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I start driving there. As I'm driving there, halfway there, oh, surprise, a call comes in. The call is, hi, ma'am, this is Dasher. And the phone number says Dasher support. So, being a new person who does this, I didn't even know they don't really call you. They just cancel the order. And you figure it out from there. Okay, so where I left off, the lady calls me from the phone. She says, hey, we canceled the order. And mind you, I'm halfway there. I am going up into the hills. It's a very nice neighborhood. She's like, we're canceling the order. The person got the wrong address, which was weird because you should know your address. But then I thought maybe it could be like a work, like where you work, and then you accidentally put, your home. Whatever. So she says, as I'm driving, she says, can I get your phone number? And I was thinking like you called me through it, but I'm like, I guess you called me through the app. So I gave her my phone number. Then she goes, I just sent you a link. Can you please click on the link? I said, I'm driving. I'm losing reception and I'm driving. So I can't be on the phone while and I'm starting to realize, this is a scam. So I call her. I said, no. I said, can I call you back? And she's like, well, I can wait on the phone. I said, no, I'll call you back. I'm like, I'm in the hills. I'm on whatever address you got me going to is up in the hills. So I'll call you back. I said, how do I get in contact with you directly? And she says, oh, just call the customer's number and it'll come to me. Okay. So I hang up. I actually call Dasher through the app, and I tell them, I said, hey, I just got a phone number. They just tried to send me a link, and the woman's like, well, don't click on any links. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to click on the link. That doesn't make sense. She's like, but the order is still active, so make sure you deliver the order. I was like, but it seems like it's associated with the scam. She's like, no. Whoever called, they just called, but it's not. The order is active. The person is waiting for their one live cricket. Okay. Now, mind you, it was a nice neighborhood, so I was okay with still delivering it in this nice neighborhood. But trust and believe, I had my pepper spray. So I drive to the house. The house, you can tell nobody's home. I ring the doorbell, nobody comes. Yeah. Nobody comes to the door, and after nobody comes to the door, I leave the bag there. Now, unfortunately, somebody is going to come home to one large dead cricket in a bag by their door, but just in case the order was really active, I left it there. It's a scam, and DoorDash, when you know it's a scam and people call you, the Dashers call you and tell you, you need to cancel the orders so people do not go. It doesn't make sense for us to go to an order when somebody's called to try to get us to not go to that order. That means they're involved somehow. That address is not real. But, whatever. I still got paid for it.
So be careful of getting scammed. Use your brain. Trust your gut. Don't ever give anyone your information. So I hope this video helped at least one person, because being scammed is not fun, and like, this is your hard-earned money that they're taking, if not more. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Share it and get the message out there to all these new drivers who might actually fall for it. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.